welcome to Season 4, Episode number 5 of Empower Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Michael Abney. I'm joined today with...
Marilyn Egan. Yes,
Yay.
5.
It just doesn't stop. It just rolls. And we're continuing our conversations on the different aspects of waking up and living life consciously and kind of stepping into your purpose. At the beginning of the year when we started talking about this episode, I was just really present to, is this time to fully step into our purpose, our life's purpose.
2020, there is no choice.
Yeah.
We've got to listen and step into what we hear and what we know is our way of serving the world.
Yes.
Right.
So we brought in a guest today.
One of our special guests and family of our show, because you've been on 3 times.
This will be the 3rd time.
Yes.
Is Beth Thater Maune.
Hello.
And she has just completed an amazing book.
Yes.
That is Unlock Your Purpose.
It's Unlock Your Soul's Purpose, a guide to answering your divine calling.
Yes.
Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to talk about.
And thank you for inviting me in today. I'm very excited.
Well, especially since you just got back from a really cool vacation last night.
Yes, I did. Riviera Maya.
How was that?
It was really beautiful and amazing. And, my 2 daughters were with us. It was just it was a majorly decompressing family vacation, and we met a lot of nice people, got a lot of sun, ate a lot of food, played a lot.
Delicious food.
Played a lot.
Yes. So this is your recovery day.
Yeah, the day after.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for making time to come here and have a powerful conversation on purpose. Yeah, because this is your wheelhouse, right? Like this is
my wheelhouse. This is where I play, and this is how I help people.
Right.
And it's so important. And
don't you feel that, Beth? Like this is like just the next level of purpose, like
right. It is. It is. Well, we were speaking prior to starting the show, and our purpose, I was telling Marilyn, is it's to be that unconditional love.
Right.
And it all starts in the heart. And a matter of fact, many years ago, both of you, I think, know I work very strongly through Jesus. He's shown himself to me so many times. And he said, Beth, bring people back to their hearts.
Yes.
He said, get them back into their hearts and listen, because, I'm just going to start, with my book that my whole book is about my divine purpose. And my purpose may not be your purpose or anyone else's purpose, but I listened and I answered a calling that took me to Peru in April 2007. And this Midwestern mom did not know why she was going to Peru. And I just heard the call, and it was really strong, and I went.
Yes.
So I packed my bags and went. And so I was there working with shamans. And what I didn't realize at the time was that was my soul path.
Yes.
It was like I get out of the boat off the Rio Mambo river, and my shaman greets me and looks at me square in the eyes and says, well, you answered the call. Why are you here? And I was like, I don't know. I'm here. I was there for inner healing and connecting to the higher realms. And it was during that time that through the specific sacred work that we did that I awoke very fast. Mm-hmm. The lights came on, Michael and Marilyn, and I remembered my soul calling. And it was very beautiful. And again, my soul calling may be different than others, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
I listened. My heart pulled me there. And so I listened, and it was there that I had many visitations from, the higher realms, the ancestors who come before us. And as soon as they presented themselves and showed up, I remembered who they were. And that was fun. The lights just came on so fast. And what I want to encourage people to do is that listen to their hearts. Even if it's a silent little voice that's saying, go here or go there, go. Because that's their higher self, the higher presence, that God presence within them, leading them to another doorway or to an experience or to work with someone or to do something that they're supposed to do. And each time that they listen to that divine presence coming through their heart, they will have more trust and confidence.
Yes.
They will build the trust and confidence, and that's what happened for me. So my path opened up very, very explosively fast. I remembered who I was, and I reawakened to who I am.
Do you remember before you started like connecting with your heart and knew what your heart was communicating to you?
I did.
Do you remember before that happened? Like, we all have a voice in our head, right?
Right.
That's not the voice in our heart.
Yes.
So, but most people are really used to that. It's hard at the beginning to distinguish what's what.
It is.
How would they know? Because in a podcast we did earlier today, we were talking about a lot of times following that heart space, you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, you can be.
Yeah. And how sometimes that can get confused between where that's really coming from. Is that coming from the head or is that coming from the...
And as you were speaking, Michael, I was hearing it's almost like a reprogramming.
Yeah.
And a rebooting of the way we operate, because what you were saying, yes, we've been so conditioned to, listen to, the head and follow the head. Well, the head is great and the mind is great. However, our heart, we must align to our heart center. And sometimes if you're not used to doing that, that can feel uncomfortable, and then you don't always trust it right away.
Yes, and that's why I want to dispel, because I don't want that to be a barrier anymore for people.
Yeah, right. And to trust that, because that's the God self. That's the God energy, the consciousness of who they are.
So here's a concept. It's a new operating system for us, but it's actually a very old system that our remembering is bringing in as a new operating system for
It
us.
is.
Oh, that's such a beautiful way to
isn't that
look
great?
at
It
it.
is a new operating system. It's how it's always been.
Right.
It's us, and that's why our ancestors and those who are coming before us are saying, "Come back into the heart." Our world is shifting. We're moving out of so many old structures, and the structures are breaking down. And now we have so many people on our planet who are heart led.
Yes.
And so we're seeing a lot of shifts on our planet because people are being heart led, and that's where the change begins, is being led through the heart. And I will tell you, when you tap into that source that's already there, you will see victorious opportunities come through and amazing manifestations of who you are. It's because it's like you're remembering, you're rebooting your whole internal system. And you're like, wait a minute, this is who I am. And your consciousness begins to shift, because your consciousness is actually in your heart. We carry the physical, emotional, spiritual, cellular, but our emotional barometer is our heart. Mm-hmm. And as you align back to your heart, so much will come back through. And that's what happened on my path. As I aligned back to my heart and I listened, and Michael, I'll tell you honestly, as I was rebooting, if you don't think fear was coming through because I was letting go of old thoughts and old programming and the ways of the world and how the world was thinking. And now I'm stepping into who I am. And it required that I was authentic. It required that I got out of my way and I did not care what other people thought. And so as we align back to our heart, it becomes really easy.
Right.
It becomes really easy.
So here's another piece. So you talk about the discomfort and the fear piece. However, when you know it's your heart and it's your divine and you are being guided by the divine, there's also this sense of knowing that it's not a fear that's dangerous, or it's not a scary thing. It is a comforted discomfort. Does that make sense?
No,
There's a comfort
exactly.
underneath that for you so that you can move forward. You can step into it and know that it is the right space to be in. It's an outside the box, but yet you know you're supported in a beautiful way, trusting way.
You know that you're supported, you trust, and you know you're safe.
Yes.
And as I moved through and I kept listening to the divine speak to me, and I kept hearing, you are being prepared. You are being prepared. And I was like, the humanness is like, well, being prepared for what? Where am I going with all this? I chose to quiet my mind and center into my heart and trust in divine. And so much information was coming through at this time that I could not listen. I mean, I'm listening. And the more I listened to that divine guidance, and many times because of my specific path, I was led to go back to Peru and just to continue to do my work because that was my path. And so that just made me stronger. I listened and I heard the messages. And as I heard the messages and I took those action steps and I stepped in, more came through. More was revealed. And it was so beautiful. And the wisdom just kept pouring through. And so now my soul path has been heaven on earth. It's been an incredible journey. I'm doing all kinds of different works that are coming through me, and I'm helping many people at many different levels. And so had I not listened and followed that divine guidance, I would not have realized what I know now. It's beautiful. So what I want to say to the listeners is, no matter where you're at on your path, you're perfectly, perfectly right where you need to be. There's no competition. There's no race. You are right where you need to be. And to place yourself around the people who will nurture your soul and who will lift you up and guide you and comfort you and bring that loving, sacred womb, that support around you. And I did that.
Yes.
I placed myself around the right environment where I needed to be. And the works that are coming through me are for the heavens. It's just powerful work coming through me right now. And because I stepped into my soul's path, and I am one to pray really boldly and to go really big on my thoughts, powerful manifestations have come through.
Yes.
Because I don't have any limitations on what that looks like. So, and that's what I would say to everyone, have no limitations because you are free to be who you are. You're manifestors.
Yes.
And the light of God is in your heart already. Let it shine. Let it burst through the universe and let it shine. And refrain from holding that back. Refrain from holding that back.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And so your work has shifted over the years. I mean, I've observed it too. Because, I mean, you work with many different kinds of people, but you also do your soul work, your work with the earth, your work that you still feel like you almost don't have a choice but to do this work. It feels so powerfully led by your heart
Right.
that there's more work that you're doing when you're on your own and you're doing your meditations. You are doing work to support the earth.
Yeah, that's the biggest part of the work I'm doing on the planet. So it is there's a word I'm looking for. I am so magnetically drawn up to my energetic space. It's my portal space, my mesa,
Right.
hours a day. It's like wild horses couldn't keep me out of my I call it my passion. And so as I have awakened to who I am and what I'm here to do, I do a lot of planetary work.
Yes.
So I'm working with the grid of the planet and the portals and power spots on the planet. And I have the ability to anchor in the light into the Earth's grid and into these powerful structures, the pyramids and the crop circles and the grid, and then expand that light out in through the Earth plane and beyond to the other planetary systems, because there's no limit.
Right.
And so I'm witnessing what that looks like. And I wasn't always there. That came in as I opened up my gifts, and I'm here to activate portals on the planet, as many people are. So that came through, and much, much more work came through, and so it's been really incredible to witness, because I can see what that looks like.
Yeah.
I can see what that looks like, and we are not our human body. We are spiritual beings in a physical body. So I'm working at a very heightened state of my consciousness. I call it my I am presence. So I have the ability to shift at will and see the planet from a distance. And then I will be directed to go into various areas on the planet and anchor in light. Yeah. And anchor in that light into various areas where there's just a lot of density, and I can see that density dissipate. So a lot of us on the planet are doing that type of work. And you're called to do it, and when you're called to go in to do it, you're in it, and you cannot not do it.
Do it.
You're pulled. I'm in it 24/7.
Yes.
Even on the vacation, I was in it doing my.
Yeah.
I was pulled into. I'm always pulled into my work, and so for each of us, as we open up, to our divine passion, and that can look like many different things, we will be guided to do various works. And again, I wasn't always operating at this level. It came back through. I had done it before. So
Right.
I did it before, so it just came natural. It became very natural. and you're also very equipped to do what you're here to do.
Yes.
It just comes back through. It's very beautiful.
Like you already have what you may think you don't have.
You have what you don't think you, and that's what I want to say to. I want to say to the world is that everything's already within you.
Right.
It's already there, and these works that are coming through for me, they're not just for me; they're for the entire planet. That these works that are coming through me energetically over our planet are for the whole world. I've learned to tap into that. I've learned to tap into that God consciousness, which is all-consuming light, which is wisdom, which is, I like the word power is not a bad thing, but I tap into God's power.
Especially when you put an M in front of it.
Yes.
Yes. I do. I tap into that and I call it in, and I pray like this, because I'm being led to say this. And I say the word God. I use Mother God, Father God, higher consciousness. I'll just use the general term God. I say, God, may your eyes be my eyes. May your heart be my heart. May your ways be my ways. May you come through me so powerfully, through me as an open conduit, and anchor the light into the planet at such an extraordinary, powerful way that we are causing a monumental ripple effect across our planet. And it happens. Ask and you shall receive.
Yes.
And so a lot of people just don't realize all they have to
Right.
do is ask to be that source of energy, because we already are that source of energy. And you don't have to be in this perfect state that people think, oh, I've got to be at this level. No, it's already there.
So that's key, like for somebody to take the first steps. Like they don't have to wait till they achieve something or do
No.
something in the future to be that now.
You're
right?
that
like
now.
How would somebody navigate taking their first steps? Because I think we intuitively all know, like we're either doing what we're meant to do or we're
Right.
not, or some variance in between, some sort of percentage. Because I don't feel like 100% it. I'll be really honest, I don't.
Well, Michael, there's levels to that, even though there's levels to that. So I'm going to go back to what you first said. How does someone know they're it or doing that? You go and you do it. If you're hearing a message to go do this or to go do that, go do that. Go into that space energetically and show up.
Energetically. Okay, tell me more about that. So like so let's say I do have this vision of a thing that would help people. Like that's been going through my mind.
Right.
When you said energetically, what does that mean? Like
So-
mentally go and see how, like, what are you talking about?
So there's levels of that. So I'll give you a descriptive on that. So I work very much through the Pleiadians, and they have given me many energetic symbols. Those symbols hold very high frequencies within each symbol. Now, I've drawn those out and I've worked with them. So what I did, the first thing I did, if this supports you, was that they're asking me to get these symbols out into humanity because they hold a very high frequency of Christ consciousness. And so the first part was for me was to find an artist who could put that down, or a graphic designer, because my third grade drawing abilities aren't going to do the job. So
Got it.
so I worked with many different artists who got my symbol to a creative space. And I've worked with those symbols with people. They activate and open up the heart. So you go do it. You energetically go into that space. You've been given some knowledge, and you're to take that knowledge and then to listen to your guidance system on how are you to work with that particular symbol or information. And then in my so for me, and I've had a lot going on. I always say to Pleiadians, there's no time and distance. Give me, because they're like, you got to get these symbols out, Beth. Come on, get them out. Because it's a responsibility. They've given me something really beautiful to work with. And so one of my next goals is to find a way to, I'm going to video them, get them out into a module so I can touch more people with those sacred symbols. My book is synergy, right? So I was told I would write my book. It took me a while to write my book, Michael, because of the content that was in it, because I knew that once I wrote that book, I'm putting my heart out there, and I had to let go of what people would think. So finally, I took action, and I wrote my book, and it's published. So I followed through with that assignment, because that for me was an assignment. I could have just heard the
But
message.
you also
But
asked.
you wrote from your heart. I've read her book. And it is straight from her heart. It is totally authentic and honest about her entire journey.
I did write from my heart.
Yes.
And I wrote in the most loving. I was led to write this book, and I have emotion coming up now because I believe that each of us, and I did not know this was going to happen. All these this assignment, a big assignment came in on my head that I didn't see, but I woke up to it, and I was when you're writing this book. It required that I got out of my way, and I was told that I would speak about my upbringing, which was really tough, and my first marriage, which was really hard. And then to write about all the amazing miracles that happened in my life, because I was going to give people hope and to help them understand what is it like in the heavens? What is it like when you open up and follow your divine passion? And again, my passion may be different. It required that I was very authentic. And I was authentic in my, thank you.
Yes.
And I wrote from my heart, and I wrote the guided messages that came through. So that's an energy that I transferred into my book with that knowledge. And by the way, my book holds an energetic platform. There's a platform in my book that holds a very unique quality that I was shown that when you work with a specific, it's the temple in the heavens, that when you work with that the Hall of Records, when you work with that temple, you're going to go through a big shift. And I've had so much input from people from all over the planet call me or text me or email me, like, Beth, I was in an airplane reading your book, and this light came through me, and I started to shake. I had to put the book down because she didn't realize there was an imprint in that book that caused her to go through an energetic shift through her consciousness. So I followed my passion.
Yes.
And to answer your question in a long way, I truly believe we just have to get out of our human way and listen to our heart in that inner guidance system.
Well, something that just opened up for me, like in this red hot moment, was I was stopping myself because I had gotten the idea for this thing, and I stopped it because I didn't ask for help. Like you just said, you asked for help from the people that gave it to you, the universe, like energy.
Right.
You asked for help to manifest that. And I just saw like my unawareness of my ability to ask for help, because I thought I had to do all of the everything to do that. And you said, no, you can't draw, third grade level, that you needed artists. So you were like calling in all the people to help you make the thing that you saw real.
Right.
And you too. But like, I can honestly tell you, like, I have stopped that because it's going to come forward now, because I'm going to ask for help to develop that.
Right.
From all of my, so that was a huge.
Good. Micah, one of the things I heard on my way up here today was to remind people to ask. Wow. There's a scripture that says you receive not because you ask not. Okay. And so I'm a big asker of divine God, Christ, my ancestors to come in and lead me. I can't do this on my own. And so I am a big asker for those people who are to come in and assist me, all the right artists, that they are the ones that come to me and assist me. And it happens. I am a big asker because I know that we are to ask. It's difficult to do it on our own.
Right.
Who are we to think that we must do it on our own?
We're not supposed to do it
We're
on
not
our
supposed to
own.
do it on our own.
Right.
I could not do my planetary work relying on my own strength, because of the works that are coming through me are so far greater, so powerful, that I must rely on God's power. And having Jesus in front of me and behind me doing some very specific work, I could not do that on my own. So I always give the credit due where it goes.
Yes.
Every good thing that comes through me goes to our Creator.
Well, and I feel like you've been asked to do that work because you have listened and you've always asked for help, and they know that you're not going to go in there without their help, because that would not be a smart thing to do.
That would be really ridiculous.
Right. But that's the only reason you've been sent on that path. You've been called to do that because that is how you work. It's how
It's
you
how I work.
function in the world.
I want to share something with you, and I wrote about this in my book, and this was coming to me too. In summer, you're absolutely right. In the summer of 2014, it was June of 2014, for many years, I would go out under the night sky, and I would bring my shamanic rattles, and I would dance my rattles to the north, the south, and the east and west corners, as above, so below, and anchor in light into the grid. That's part of my passion. I could just feel and see the light anchoring into our whole planet. It would always bring me to tears. I'm getting to a point. I'm going to say something because this is really important. When I completed doing that, something very powerful. I have tears coming up because this was powerful. Came into my beingness, my heart that night, that I am here to do big work on the planet. Now, I did not really know what that was, but I knew I was here to do something really big. And with my whole heart, I raised my right hand up to the heavens, and I said, God, I'm your girl. Put me on the front line. Put me where you need me. And I meant it. And I meant it. What I didn't know was that our Creator heard me that night. Because from that point on, powerful manifestations came in, so powerful that I wasn't talking about these things. Because number one, it was big. And I didn't want to be judged. You know, the human nature, right? Oh, people won't get it. They'll be like, you're going to get judged. I just wasn't talking about it. I was just in it doing my work. Well, it was about a year and a half ago, or about a year, my sister said, Beth, God's doing big work in your life. I mean, this is big. She goes, why do you think these things are happening? And I said, well, Lynn, I get out of the way, and I become an open conduit. And if I'm going to ask to be an open conduit, and I'm shown to go somewhere, I'm going because I know I'll have everything I need to land there.
Yeah.
I will be equipped, and I've been equipped. Well, it was right. I got off the phone, and I want the listeners to hear this. It's so simple. I went up to my portal, and I said, God, you are doing big work in my life. And you know I always ask big, and if you're going to bring great things in, I'm not going to say why. I've asked, right? But the human nature came in. And I said, why? Why me? And our Creator took me to that night. I was standing on the deck, under the night stars, and I had finished rattling over the planet. I could see what I was wearing. I saw my body looking up to the sky with my head held high and my hand up to the heavens, and I saw all this light coming out of my body. This is what our Creator said. Beth, I heard you. Now, I heard you. Ask. And I started laughing because I was like, this is so easy. Ask not, ask and you shall receive. So I chose that night to be a conduit, a resource for a Creator, however that needs to be. And I didn't put stipulations on what that looks like.
Yeah.
And I just said, if you're going, wherever you send me, I know you're going to prepare me. You won't send me somewhere where I'm not ready. Oh, I've been prepared. And so what I want to say to the listeners is ask and go boldly and refrain from thinking, oh, I can't ask. No, we're supposed to ask.
Yeah.
We're children of our Creator. And you bet I ask big. But here's the thing. It's because I do that, because I ask for the right in the right way. So much comes through and big manifestations come through. And I want people to know that
Yes.
do not hold yourself back. Do not hold yourself back. Refrain from your greatness, because we have superpowers in each of us. And I'm witnessing those superpowers. And there's nothing that can stop me from doing what I'm here to do. I've already witnessed it.
Yes.
And that same power is in everyone else. Just got to learn to tap into it and get out of your way. And I say that with humility. The biggest thing that holds people back is that they can't fathom what that looks like. And going back to what you said earlier, Michael, people just start. They're already right where they need to be, and they hear the message and they go. They hear the message and they go. And then more comes through. And I always look at it like a CEO gives someone an opportunity to do something, and that CEO, or a worker, and the worker goes, okay, I'll do that. Or they choose not to.
Right.
And so I listen to divine, even through the moments earlier on my track when I really didn't know where I was going to end up. And like you said, sometimes you'll feel uncomfortable. Well, I get real used to being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I became comfortable with being uncomfortable. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sure does.
I became comfortable with being uncomfortable because I know that's part of my process that I'm moving through as I make my internal shifts and release the archaic energies that are trapped within us, millennial patterns. I know
Yes.
that's working its way out, and I can just keep doing what I'm here to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You can send shock waves across the planet. There's nothing you cannot do. That's the fabulous part. When you tap into
Right.
divine, you can be real playful with the energies. So our purpose can look differently for each person.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had people say, well, I really just want to work with beginners. And I said, that's great. That's
Yeah.
perfect. And I know why I'm here. And it feels really good to know why I'm here. And there's levels to this. Even when you get to a really high level, I always know that I've touched the surface of who I am.
Yeah.
I've touched the surface of my beingness. No matter how much is revealed to me, I know I've only touched the surface of my beingness. Because there's no end to that.
Right. It's unlimited.
It's unlimited.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing, Marilyn, is that when you get that in your mind, that there's unlimited potential in you, you start to work from that place.
Yes.
You work from that unlimited possibility. And if that's you do. When you know you're unlimited, you know that something's coming in, you know you can do it. It might not have manifested yet. I operate as I am doing it.
Yes.
And then it comes through. And it becomes like a fun game.
Yeah. Yes.
It becomes like a fun game.
Yeah.
And so I have fun. And I just want people to know that they are right where they need to be, and to listen to that divine guidance. And even if they go and it didn't turn out the way they thought it was, that's okay. Maybe they were supposed to go because they were just supposed to go.
Yeah.
Where are they going to go? And so I have fun. I get very playful with my passion and my work, and I have fun watching people open up their gifts and their hearts, and the lights go on and their eyes shine, and remember,
Exactly.
because there's not one person on this planet that's any better than the next. Everything's
Right.
already within each person, and it's just reminding each person that the light of God is in you already, and everything is already there. And way back on my track, I had went through a really rough first marriage, one that completely suppressed me. I did not trust me anymore. I did not know who Beth was. And so I had to go through a lot of personal healing and remember, is this Beth talking now? Right? So,
Yes.
right? Is this, I had to heal my heart and my emotion. And I had to trust my heart. Is this true?
Yeah.
Right? So I went through a big old battle way down my line that took me out into a glorious field of yumminess. And I just, I went through battles. And I do understand the purpose of my book, because I went through some really hard times. And I
Yeah.
came out of it. And now I get to share that wisdom with the world, that you might have gone through some really tough, dark pits, and it just seems like you're barely hanging on. However, you're going to make it through.
Right. And I think everybody who gets to that space that you're in, or that high space of knowing they're following their heart, they're doing the big things, we all go through that. Knock down on our knees.
Oh, yeah.
It's the doorway.
It's the doorway. And then it's, okay, where's the beauty here?
Right.
It's
It's
whatever
here.
our fear
I
is.
know
It's
it's
whatever
here
our
somewhere.
deepest, darkest thing is. Like,
Yeah. And
it's these places where we hide that we don't even know that we've been hiding.
Exactly.
And
yes. Yes.
I just started working with somebody retraining me to eat. Like, I know that sounds silly at 53.
No.
But it was, what I'm discovering is, like, it just dates back my entire life, but I've been stopped by it for so long. And it was just such a huge aha in how it all kind of coordinated and happened that I ended up working with this coach that is, he was going to retrain me to eat. But what I discovered was it was through really tracking what I ate.
Ah, right.
And when I found that out after I'd already said yes, like I'd already thrown my
Gambit.
yeah, it was already in. Oh my God, that was this place I didn't really realize that was my last like hiding place, was my tummy. Because that was the place nobody could tell me what to do. I could eat whatever I want. If I want to go home at night and have a whole bag of Oreos or whatever, like it was there.
Right.
Like, and nobody's going to tell me. That was my last space. At the same time, I have this enormous desire to be all I can be inside the body that I have, and health all the way, just making it the best version of me that I can, because it's what carries me through the rest of my life.
Right.
So I want it to look good. And when it's like a car, it's like a car, I want to take care of it. I can't trade this one in.
Right.
Yet.
Right.
So this was this last place, and that was just such an aha. Made me mad for like about 2 or 3 hours, really mad that I just inadvertently let this person, I just exposed all of it.
Right.
Isn't that funny? That's the gut and like the exposure and like all of that.
Yeah. But you see why that's so important. Like you said, it's our vehicle, it's our container. Well, our spirits and our souls are growing so fast right now that our physical body has to catch up.
It does.
So if we aren't taking care of it,
And it wasn't playing that
it's
game no more
not
with
going to
me.
feel so good, right? It doesn't feel so
But
good
on the
trying
other
to catch
side, like
up.
right after I was not mad,
Yeah.
right after it went away,
got it.
I was so grateful. Like, oh, I can't hide here now. Yay!
Revelation.
Then
Yeah.
you're empowered.
And then I was empowered, and
Yeah, that's
it's
a good
all
thing.
Yeah.
yeah. So what? Now I get it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And I have such a profound love for my body now because of all of the extra calories I was putting in there and not paying
Right.
attention. Like knowing that now, like I'm so grateful that it stayed the shape that it did for as
Yeah.
long as it did.
Right.
Right?
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Yes.
See, I think that's fun.
It is, but it was not fun for the first couple of hours when But I think a lot of us have that in life. Like,
Just having that realization is fun, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you got that realization.
Yeah.
It didn't take long.
no, it took
for you to
three
get
hours.
that,
Yeah, I was
right?
on it. I was pissed.
So how cool is that? And that's what we've got to notice. So we have these things, and we're like, what's going on? And then, oh yeah, this is just another piece of putting me farther onto my path and farther into who I really am, and
Right.
another piece of remembering. That's what's fun.
It is. And as you both spoke about, the emotions that
Yeah.
are freeing themselves is to become the observer of those emotions without going into the emotion and judging it. Because it's with loving, it's just becoming I remember a long time ago, one of my shamans said, observe everything and judge nothing.
Yes.
And while you're becoming just the observer and looking, then you can deal with that or handle that from a really heightened state of consciousness and awareness and happiness, because we're all releasing millennial patterns right now, and they are coming up. And as you feel them come up, I don't know if you can feel them, but I know I can.
Yes.
And I can see what it is, and I'm like, I just become the witness of it and the observer, and I thank it on its way out.
Yes.
I just allow it to release,
Breathe it out.
breathe it
Yeah.
out, do whatever work you choose to do, and really to stay focused in your heart again. Come back to the heart, and remember that we're all unique, and that we're all perfectly. I like to think that we're perfectly imperfect, and that
Yes.
we're all going through our own journeys, however that may look, and just and hold incredible love and compassion for ourselves and for humanity,
Yeah.
and the journeys that they're going through, and have a lot of fun and play along the way, because sometimes people, as they move through these processes, they get kind of stuck, oh, I'm releasing. Oh, well, as you get a little, you can bring it back through,
Yeah.
So just let it go. Let it go. And you don't have to cry over it. Just let it go. It doesn't always feel good. Stay in the heart. The mind's a beautiful thing. Stay in the heart and keep your focus there. And don't give a rat's butt what anybody thinks.
Right. Exactly.
Because that would have been the stop on my book. And I realized the hold up on my book, I had to go, Beth, what's going on? You've been talking about writing this book for a long time. I realized that I was holding on to some old emotions of disapproval and judgment. And I had to say, who cares?
Yeah.
That's not real.
Right.
That's going to stop you every time, right? And
Every time.
Every time. And I just had to back it up and go, wait a minute, where's this coming from? And become the emotion, and just look at it. And I'm like, okay, that's what that is. And then boom, book took off.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have to be the observer of our thoughts.
And getting older helps a whole hell of a lot too.
It sure does.
Yeah, it
The
does.
older I get, the less I care about everything.
Yes.
It's really true.
Right.
I am.
Not in a bad way, but
No.
I just don't give
We
a
wouldn't be
shit.
doing
Yeah.
this if
No.
we were worried about it.
I was hearing as you were saying it too. It was like icing on a cake type of thing. As you stay in your alignment with your soul's passion, that so much will come through, so much freeing energy, and so much of you will come back through that's revealed of you that you can't help but be you, because you're in that space of your authentic self, your organic self,
Yeah.
that you don't care what people think. Hey, this is who I am. And
I'm evolving so fast. I couldn't be stuck to that version for more than 10 minutes anyway
No.
because
Right.
it just keeps. Do you
It's-
find that too? Like,
Yes.
it's evolving. We're evolving so fast.
So
We can't
fast.
hold. We just have to be with it.
you just go with it.
Yes.
And have fun and be playful.
Yeah.
Because everyone on the planet is going through their own shifts. And as we acknowledge who we are,
Yeah.
we give others permission to acknowledge who they are. So it's really important that we step up and we speak about the things that are going on in our life. And we talk about these things because it helps people. When they hear
Right.
that you're operating here and you're doing these things, it's not just for you, it's for everyone.
Yes.
And, it helps people. It gives them permission
Yeah.
to say, oh, wait, that's who I am too. And as you speak life into people, they will hear that seed.
Yes.
It will plant. And then they'll go out and do it.
Yes.
They'll go out and do it. Mm-hmm. I've been shown for over a year to teach a class to teach people how to do what I do.
Yes.
And that's been coming in for a long time. A 5-year-old could do what I do on the planet right now. Because they wouldn't be in their way.
Right. I was going to say, well,
The 5-year-old would go,
Yeah.
would look at it, think it, and do it.
Right.
And I already know it.
They already
Right.
know it.
Well, this is a
Beth.
powerful place to
Yeah.
pause, put a pin in it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
This
Yeah.
was really great. Thank you.
You guys are
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're both amazing. And thank you for holding a platform for all of us to come in and share our truth.
Yeah, we're not going to stop.
Yes, Right.
Please don't stop.
We're
we
not.
won't stop.
I don't think we can
won't
stop.
stop.
We
It's
can't.
it's
Yeah.
too fun, and to have guests like you who help wake everybody up
Yeah.
so that this world can move forward is really what we're all about.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So yes, thank you again. Love your energy. It's just so amazing, and I'm just left better by every time I've met
Oh,
you,
thank
ever
you,
worked with you.
Michael.
It's
Yeah.
just
Ditto to you, brother and sister.
yeah,
Ditto.
it's a real
Thank you.
privilege and honor. So
Thank you. Give all the glory to Orion.
yeah.
Creator.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, hope you guys enjoyed today. I know you did. Go back and listen to it again. This is another one I'm going to be listening to over and over again. If you have any questions, comments, I'll leave your information, Beth, in the comment below or the description below so they can reach out to you and find your book, get to know more about what you're up to. And as always, live it, life consciously, more and more. Find your purpose and watch everything just explode in goodness. We love you, and we will talk to you all later, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.